TIFU by falling for a French girl visiting my area. So almost a year ago I, 26M, matched with this girl, 24F, on a dating app. We got to talking and I learned she is from France and is living in the US for a year staying with a family in another state across the country, but they visit my area every now and then. Sadly, our schedules didn't match up this time, but we exchanged social media and loosely stayed in touch, responding to each other's stories, etc. At first, I didn't think much of it, but over time she began to intrigue me. On top of being gorgeous, I could tell she was thoughtful, motivated, artistic, and incredibly well-spoken, all things I found very attractive. Fast forward to a couple months ago, I get a message from her saying she is going to be in my area once again for 2 weeks and wants to meet me. We arranged to meet up at a nice outdoor bar. We ended up drinking wine and talking for 7 hours straight about life, our experiences, our goals, our passions. The chemistry was flowing through the air. My observations about her being a motivated, adventurous, and fun girl were all true. She had some of the most expressive eyes I have ever seen. She grabbed me to kiss me in the sweetest and most romantic way possible at the end of the night. After we parted ways, I knew this was going to be a problem, because I already started feeling strong emotions towards her. I had a lot of hookups and one-night stands in the last couple years, but it had been a long time since I connected with someone on that level or met someone that really made me feel excited the way she did. The problem is she was only in my area for 2 weeks and is planning to move back to Europe early next year. My head was telling me to stay away to protect myself, but my heart wanted to follow what felt so right. And I followed my heart, and saw her as much as I could in those 2 weeks. We experienced a lot of amazing moments together as I got to know her more. But in the back of my head, knowing this might be a ticking time bomb. Towards the end of her stay, we talked about how we felt about each other and both acknowledged we had strong emotions for each other, but knew our lives and plans were just pushing us on 2 separate paths. I work here in the US. She is planning to go back to Europe to start her career there. I've always considered myself a rational thinker in terms of balancing school, my career, and romantic relationships that I have had in the past, even in instances where I know I felt true love. But for the first time in my life, my heart is having me question everything, and I'm truly considering dropping everything for this girl. She hinted at wanting me to visit her in Europe when she goes back to see her again. But she also fully respects my current goals and career if I want to just move on, which just makes her even more attractive to me. Now I'm just completely torn, and it has turned me into an anxious mess because I just can't shake this one off. TLDR, I fell for a beautiful, highly intelligent French girl who was in my area for 2 weeks. Now I'm stuck battling if I should let this go and follow my plans and career path, or pursue what my heart tells me feels right. Edit. I'm thoroughly enjoying reading all of your responses, both silly and thoughtful. Thank you. I had the same story, but it was a girl from Germany. Threw caution to the wind and pursued it anyway. Now she's sitting on the couch behind me cuddling our dog. Sometimes you just gotta shoot it, bro. Life is too short. You have an opportunity to pursue the one that got away. Take it and don't look back. Worst case, you'd rather regret taking a chance than not. There are no movies about the job that got away. #GO. People regret the things they didn't do. Give it a try, make a life. So go visit her in Europe. Become an illegal immigrant in France. Learn the language. Get some nookie. Get married. Have francophone babies. Omelette du fromage. Yo. There's no easy way to say this. You're going to have to move to France. Maybe sometime following your heart might lead to something exciting. If you could find a job there before you go, it might lessen your anxiety. I met my GF now wife overseas and she moved back with me. It is not for faint of heart though. Better start learning French. Jesus. This a Hallmark movie? You are young. Life is short. I recommend you go. Plus you might be pulled there to be put on a path you were meant for. As someone who started a long-distance relationship immediately before COVID and is now happily living with their significant other 3 years later, I recommend taking the leap. Doesn't have to be all at once, but keep an open mind. You'll likely wonder what would have happened if you don't give it a try. Life is strange and can surprise you at times. Sometimes in amazing ways. For actual advice, stick with your job and stuff and build up vacation until you can visit her for several weeks in a row. If it's real, you guys can maintain a long distance for a year or two before someone decides if they want to move. If it's not really, someone's lusty feelings will burn out very quickly, and you won't have to make another TIFU. Don't be stupid. True love is more rare than a job. It's not quite the same. But I moved from Memphis, TN, to Phoenix, as about a year and a half ago to resolve some family things. A couple months in, I was considering moving back. And then I met this girl. So I decided to stay without much left here for me besides her. I married her last week. There will always be opportunity for materialistic things in life. But opportunities like the one you have with this woman are rare. Take advantage of the rarer, more valuable opportunity, if you want to think about it economically. Ask her how she'd feel as you move to France. France is a great country. And trust me, French is not an easy language to learn. But conversational French can be learned fairly easily. Source: I'm bilingual. English and French. You're young. And it's way easier to move around and explore the world and make mistakes when you are younger. I think, Imho, that when you're 40 you'll think back to the time you moved to Europe and started this grand adventure fondly and with pride. Even if the relationship doesn't work out, you'll have gained such rich life experience. And if it does work out, European women can be pretty awesome. I met a German foreign exchange student, Vanessa, when I was 20 and in university and had a similar experience. We just clicked at such a deep level and decided to date while she was in Canada. She was almost finished school by the time I met her. And so we only had 6 weeks together. I had thought about moving to Germany with her when she moved back, but I made the decision to focus on my post-school work. And I was still hoping my college sweetheart and I would end up together. Fast forward 15 years. And I've changed careers 4 times in the last 5 years. My college sweetheart lives across the country with her fiancé and I've never lived outside my country. I think you should do it. But it's up to you. I don't care whether Vanessa and I would have ended up getting married. But going to another country, in another part of the world, and having a grand adventure like that, would have been pretty cool. I'm not the sort of person to ever believe in or trust the heart. But your story seems like one of those few times it would be worth trying. Make a game plan though before you take a one-way flight to France. That's a hell of a change. I mean, these stories don't usually end well. But that's why the successful ones are held in such high regard. Fuck it and go to France, you idiot. You can figure it out. You're 26. Go for her. Watch the Before Sunrise trilogy and decide accordingly.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.